Probably OBrien. The newest thing with OBrien is their boot range, so I'd encourage everybody to have a look at their boots for like, it's a complete new range of OBrien boots from the top end all the way down. That's Daniel's new deco boot that goes with his board. Otherwise the board shapes are pretty much all the same. So check out the OBrien boots in particular. I could go through tons of stuff with Liquid Force. There's all new technologies in all the boards, but just to touch on a few things, this is one of the newer technology they're using, and you'll see it obviously looks completely different to a normal wakeboard, which it is. It's one of their new flex and hybrid style boards. They have a completely different core in the side, and they're actually using a combination of timber and foam in different degrees, which enables them to change and alter the flex characteristics of the board to however they want it. That's actually Henshaw's Pro model this year, and all of these boards feature a clear section in the deck so you can see through to see what's inside the board. And that's actually a flex board. There's another one called, and in the flex series there'll be hybrid boards. This is one that is an N and hybrid. It's actually last year's model, but that's a cross between a wakeboard, and Liquid Force so far is the only company that's managed to make wakeboard style moulded in fins, channels and everything on the bottom of a board in a flex board style board. There's no one else that's really figured out how to do that. So they're crossing the technologies of a regular wakeboard with that of a flex board and producing the hybrid boards. And there will be a hybrid N and there will be a hybrid Watson this year. And both of them will have grind bases on them too. So that's just touching on one of the new technologies they're using. Apart from that, most of the boards have similar moulds, except of course the Watson. That's a new Watson board in a regular style. The Watson will come in the regular style. It will come in a limited edition with a grind base. It will come in a fly version that's half the weight of the normal board, and it will come in a flex version, and it will come in a hybrid Watson version as well. So there's lots of varieties, lots of new different technologies in it.
I've been talking out of school if I told everybody Watson's signed a 10-year contract with Liquid Force.
Watson has some sort of, I don't know the details of it, but they're going to, even after he finishes wakeboarding, his name will be associated with the boards. Watson's boards have always been Liquid Force's best-selling boards. That's why he's got 4 boards in the line this year, and also the classic Watson, which is last year's Watson model lower down the range as well. So they've always been the most popular boards, and after actually leaving Liquid Force for 6 months and deciding what he was going to do, he went back and signed for 10 years, so he's going to be with the company in some capacity for that one.
I believe it's the richest contract signed.
The other thing which Liquid Force, again, they've improved their boots, and there's the air cell technology, there's the new baseless bindings all the way through the range. But this is something, and it looks kind of innocuous, but this is something that's never been done in a wakeboard boot before, and it's actually opens the way to a new type of design. This is a new ultra binding, which is back. It basically, and the new thing, what they've done is they've introduced laces inside a rubber wrap. It's the only time anybody's ever put laces in a rubber wrap around the boot. And all the pros that rode this boot and testing it out all want to incorporate this into their designs for next year. You've got to try this on to see what it works like, because the thing with lace bindings in recent years, lace bindings are always made in a snowboard style boot where how tight you can crank the laces up is basically limited by the material and how hard you can pull the laces. But what happens with the stretch in the rubber is you pull the laces tight, the rubber stretches as well, so when you tighten it up, not only do you get the fit from the natural tightness of the laces, you get it from the rubber squeezing back on your foot as well. And when you try that on, you'll find it's light and it fits your foot like nothing else does. And that's just one of those things, one of the new things they've done that no one else has done before, and you'll find that incorporated into, I think, more boots in the line next year. So I encourage everybody to try that one on.
And that's the Ultra, which before they started using laces in bindings, that's the binding. The Ultra name in Liquid Force was the binding that every pro was using. Everybody was using it.
There was still a few old stalwarts that still use it would refuse to use it because of the stretch and the nature of the rubber that was used on that.
We've actually still got one pair sitting around here which we're going to probably incorporate.
Apart from that, there's lots of other boards in the range, graphic changes, grind bases, but I think really you probably should just wander around and have a look at them yourself, and I'll stay here. Any questions, just come and ask.